Welcome to Positive Atheism English channel. Today, I am going to read out you the article on the inevitable advance of secularism in the modern age, written by Dr. Hariharan, MD, Professor, the University of the West Indies, Trinidad. What is secularism? According to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, secularism is defined as indifference to rejection or exclusion of religion and religious considerations. Now, the same dictionary defines religion as a personal set or institutionalized system of attitudes, beliefs, and practices, or a cause, principle, or system of beliefs held to with order and faith. Interestingly, the etymology of the word religion points to the possible origins. Religio, it means supernatural constraint, sanction, religious practice, perhaps from religare to restrain, tie back. Hence, it is clear that religion can never be science, albeit one can see signboards such as Library of Christian Science or people attempting to impose the science of intelligent design theory. Christian Science is an oxymoron because by definition, religion imposes a certain belief system within its followers which is the final and infallible word and cannot be questioned. However, science by definition stands by inquiry and any scientist has the freedom to question the concept, investigate it further and could discard the concept if found erroneous. This can never happen with religion. Therefore, if one has to be scientific, it is impossible to have a faith in a set of beliefs and get restrained by these beliefs for whatever reason. Then, how can one be really scientific? The obvious answer is secularism, where one should reject religion and its considerations. Now, the question arises about the first part of the definition as to whether we should just be indifferent to religion rather than reject it. The former approach is a passive one, while the latter is an active approach which is assiduously preached and practiced by Gora. The need for this lateral approach will be discussed in this article subsequently in the context of how religion can be dangerous in the modern era. How does one define religion in the modern scientific era? Modern society has very well understood the advance of science in every dimension of life. Science is such closely interwoven with the fabric of the society that it has become indispensable in day-to-day life. This is why the religionists are now trying to project the tenets of their respective institution as a science. They propound hypotheses cleverly modifying the religious edicts, offer to attempt evidence to support the hypothesis and try to propose it as a scientific theory. However, they fail to recognize that they only propose a pseudoscience and any astute person with a scientific outlook and questioning ability could easily poo-poo these hypotheses. Therefore, in the modern era, a religion is just a conglomerate of individuals following certain sets of archaic tenets based on supernatural theories, claiming to offer scientific explanations to these tenets in an attempt to expand the conglomerate. How is religion able to sustain in the modern era? Notwithstanding the fact that religions portray themselves to be distinctly interested in a reality which cannot be perceptible by senses as against what they call a materialistic modern world, almost all religious institutions in the current era run as profitable industries. In my opinion, money is the major driving force behind the growth of religious institutions in the modern era. It is doubtful if everything preached in the name of religion is practiced by the preachers themselves, leave alone the followers. Entrepreneurship and business forces play a major role in the expansion of religion in the modern world. Then it follows without doubt that religion has to recruit followers to enhance its sustainability as well as profitability. Commoditization of religion is an indubitable factor for its sustenance in the modern era. The institutions are not content with just propagating the concepts, but do expect persons to subscribe to the institution, improving both human and material resources. When I first landed in Barbados 10 years ago, I was immersed to read a front page article of the local newspaper, a message from the outgoing bishop of the Anglican Church. He lamented about the ability of crowd pullers to bring about severe losses to his church. When our university department organized a medical conference in Trinidad, the Jehovah's Witnesses offered to sponsor a booth where it was claimed that they will educate the anesthesiologist regarding blood transfusion. Although I was personally skeptical of this, the money involved in the transaction made my head of the department to accept the offer. At least 10 members and elders from the Kingdom Hall registered for the conference, came to the booth and circulated what they described as scientific evidence against blood transfusion, which they interpreted as a support for the biblical statement against blood consumption. This is the glaring example of what I described earlier as pseudoscience. Even Islam has adopted this missionary style of propagation and is heavily dependent on the funding and resources from the wealthy Islamic countries. In a nutshell, religion in the modern era sustains mostly as an industry rather than a conceptual framework attracting people. How religion can be dangerous in the modern era? There are two aspects to consider in this context. The first one is the obvious misuse of technological advances in the name of religion to destroy opponents whom the religions consider the non-believers. This need not necessarily be weapons, because routine commuter aircrafts were used as destructive weapons by the religious fanatics. If some crazy believer starts another institution and operate in the style of the Old Testament God to smite those who believe in other gods, there may be followers to support this action, since this could easily be interpreted as a command from the heaven. I shun thinking of a situation where various religious institutions conduct holy wars to establish the might of their respective gods. The second danger is the misinterpretation of the completely outdated religious tenets in terms of modern scientific outlook. It is probable that persons could be carried away by these explanations to the level that they start to believe that religion is really a science. This is especially because it needs a bit of intellectual maturity to differentiate between science and pseudoscience, and the common masses may be susceptible to tricked quite easily. The classic example is the attempt to impose intelligent design in the science class in the schools, knowing very well that it is just another version of creationism. The Church of Scientology and its pseudoscientific assertions is another example. We could quote innumerable examples of how religion could be dangerous by not only causing physical damage but also corrupting the mental faculties. Therefore, it is not just enough to be indifferent to religion but actively reject it. Gora advocated and practiced this so-called militant atheism only to make people realize that this is the best way to live in the 21st century. Positive atheism has been well demonstrated by his followers over the past decades. Although this could be portrayed as another institution in its own right, this was not the case. Gora did not impose any tenets to have a followership. He only asked people to think and inquire and voluntarily reject the ideas of religion. In the modern scientific world, the benefits of science and inquiry should reach every human being regardless of the creed or any other divisive forces, and beyond any doubt, secularism is the most ideal way to achieve this. In my humble opinion, the future is bright. The coming generations will definitely realize the value of secularism and its benefits to all mankind, and the march of secularism is inevitable in the post-religious society. And with this, we end the article on the inevitable advance of secularism in the modern age, written by Dr. S. Hariharan, Professor, the University of the West Indies, Trinidad. Thank you.
For more videos, please subscribe to this channel Positive Atheism and activate the bell icon.